Chair recognizes Mr. Van Drew.
Thank you, Chair. Secretary, I want to thank you for your service in Congress. I'm going to let you know, if you don't know it already, I'm a blunt guy, so you're going to have to forgive me in advance. But what's going on here is bad. You know, you talked about mandates. We have a human mandate, a humane mandate, an American mandate. And I hear lots of words. We talk about the bureaucracy, and we talk about, all the speeches that everybody's given, and lots of money is the answer to it. And money sometimes helps, no doubt about it. But you have to have the basic rules, the basic foundation to do things right. And just before I go into some questions and ideas here, let's tell the truth. It's tell the truth time. We ease the background checks greatly. Yes, you do very often do background checks, but they're not good enough, and that was done in the rule. We allow those who want to refuse criminal background checks, and some kids are put in those homes and in danger. Having a criminal background is not prohibited. Let's tell the truth. I can read, this committee can read, we all can read, we know what the truth is, and that all sponsors are not vetted. That's the truth. That's what's really happening. Let's deal with the real world. And you've played an integral role in establishing the Unaccompanied Children program foundational rule. The details of the rule, to me, are so abhorrent that it's no wonder some of the worst individuals have been able to exploit it and slip into our country. It's no wonder that hundreds of thousands of unaccompanied alien children have gone missing under this watch. The details of the rule, in my opinion, are insane. We're dealing with kids. We're dealing with children. The rule allows sponsors to refuse background checks. As I said, let me say it again. A sponsor can refuse a background check, and they still can be eligible for taking on a vulnerable child. There's no state adoption agency anywhere in this country, in any state in this country, that would allow this for any foster parent, for any adoptive parent, for any American citizen who wanted to adopt. Why are we not holding sponsors of unaccompanied children to at least the same standard that we hold them? The rule also fails to disqualify individuals with criminal records or child welfare violations from serving as sponsors. How wrong is that? Again, we wouldn't allow an adopted American citizen to do that to an adopted child. Why do we let them? But it gets worse. The rule also actively prevents the sharing of critical immigration-related information with enforcement. You said certain things aren't your job. That's what enforcement is there for. There should be a communication. There should be a dialogue back and forth, especially when sponsors are under investigation for human trafficking or smuggling. You want to know that from the feds. It's evil. It's wrong. I don't know how we justify it. The rule works to undermine age verification processes, and you can read it in the rule. I'm not making it up, which it enables adults posing as children to exploit the system and gain easier access into the United States of America. And even if there is evidence of criminal backgrounds, the rule is designated to create barriers to placing the UACs in secure facilities. This committee has seen the tragic real-world examples of it. Some of it was mentioned by my colleagues. Kayla Hamilton, 20-year-old young woman. She was brutally raped. She was brutally beaten. She was murdered by someone with ties to MS-13 who pretended to be a minor, and nobody stopped it. If we had done our job and put the safety of Americans and the safety of kids over processing illegals quickly, she would still be alive today. And I associate myself with some of the remarks that Congressman Correa said. They're kids. We all love our kids. I know you love your kids. Think about that. This woman's dead. We're not going to bring her back, ever. There's no speech, no bureaucratic action that's going to bring her back. I've seen a lot of stuff, man. I've been in the state senate, the state assembly, county commission, mayor, a congressman now for 6 years. Man, I haven't seen too many rules that are worse than this rule, because it deals with kids and it hurts children. It's bad for everyone involved. It's bad for taxpayers. It's bad for American communities. And it's bad, most importantly, for the undocumented children. So I have some questions. I got 23 seconds. Secretary Becerra, I just want a yes or no. Knowing how this rule has worked, do you still believe it was the right answer to the border crisis? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Congressman, the way you've interpreted the rule is not the rule that we passed, so it'd be tough to give you a yes or no.
Well, your interpretation of the rule, do you think it was right?
Well, let me give you a quick example.
I don't need an example. I need a yes or a no. Mr. Secretary, I need a yes or a no. I can always answer questions yes or no. Is the rule good? Is it what you want? Would you continue with it, yes or no?
Congressman, you said a sponsor can refuse a background check. That's not true. No sponsor who wishes to take a child can refuse a background check.
I read the rule. I had people read the rule a whole lot smarter than me.
That's not the rule we enforce.
I unfortunately have to yield back. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to submit these questions to the chair.
Oh, without objection.